Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, I am only going over one short story today. Yeah, slow day, right? Now, I thought about combining this with one of the video before or the video after this. I said, no, I got too much to talk about in those videos. Plus, this is actually a very good story and it deserves its own special review. It was in Tales of the Bounty Hunters. That's right. Remember when I reviewed Tales of the Bounty Hunters? Well, there's one tale I skipped on purpose because it takes place chronologically right here. And this is written by Daniel Keyes Moran. Now, this short story explains the origin of Boba Fett, right? He is a young Justice Proctor or whatever on Concord Dawn named Jaster Muriel. He gets convicted of a crime. He goes off to be a bounty hunter, Boba Fett, and you're like, oh, okay, so his real name was Jaster. That's not cool. But then it also talks about his first encounter with Han Solo and kind of how Han Solo's kind of been always that bounty. He never was able to, cash in on him. I mean, sure, he caught him, for Jabba, but he's just been an irritant to Boba Fett over the years. Well, flash forward to now, and Boba Fett's like, you know what? I hear that they're on Jubilee, and he hears Han is there getting some business done. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take that sucker down. And so they have a knockdown, drag-out battle. It is really awesome. It is really awesome. The action in this is just really well written. And it ends with Han Solo and Boba Fett pointing guns at each other. I mean, they've got each other zeroed in. And Boba Fett says something like, we all die, Han, Solo, we all die. We're all going to die, eventually. And Boba Fett ponders on, hey, should we walk away? Do we walk away? Are we better for it? And stuff like that. And it just ends with both of them with their guns hanging on each other and then kind of fades away. And I think this is supposed to be, 'cause I don't think they knew at the time that the story was going to go way past this. And it is mentioned in one book later on that they eventually did lower their pistols and walk away, or it's hinted at, and obviously they did, right? Or we wouldn't have seen Han and or Boba Fett in future stories. But the story was so awesome. When I read it, I remember it was the last story, I think, in the Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and I thought it was fan-friggin-tastic. I really love this story. I think it's really awesome. And then, of course, this is the one where people say, no, contradiction, man, contradiction, because in episode 2, it gives his name really is Boba Fett, not just Muriel. Yeah, we all know that. Of course, they didn't back then, doofus. The prequel trilogy wasn't even considered that was coming out. And when it did, and when they changed Boba Fett's history, they said, no, it's not Jaster Muriel, it's this. The expanded universe, of course, did a retcon to make everything fit. It's called Boba Fett Open Seasons. If you recall in Open Seasons, Jango Fett uses the pseudonym Jaster Muriel. And so Boba, when he's young and in trouble in the Young Boba Fett series, there's a bounty out for him, and people are going after him because of what his dad did. Jasper, look at that, Jango, and so everyone's going after him. And eventually, it's kind of hinted at in the Clone Wars cartoon too, that he has a lot of people gunning for him, and in this, and definitely in the young adult books too. So he eventually will go under a pseudonym, Jaster Muriel, for a very short time, just to kind of throw everyone off, where he's practicing his skills and getting better. And when everything kind of falls apart on Concord Dawn, he says, okay, you know what? I'm going to go out guns all blazing. Yeah, I'm Boba Fett. Come get me, punks. And it makes perfect sense. Now, I don't know why people keep saying, oh, Matt, this is a contradiction here, contradiction. Obviously, they never read Open Seasons. Obviously, they've never read some of the other books, too. It all makes sense now, now that we have the retcons there. But I guess people never read all the retcons. But I hear, ooh, that's a big contradiction. And it's not. It just simply isn't. Anyone who's telling you it is, they just don't know the expanded universe that well. Send them by my channel. All right, folks, that's all the time I have for now. See you next time with another video.